What's happening, people? I hope you're all well. So, in my opinion, Oleksandr Usyk will lose. Oleksandr Usyk will lose. And the reason I say that is because, it's not just about the fact that Oleksandr Usyk is undisputed heavyweight champion of the world. It's not because Oleksandr Usyk isn't an amazing fighter, because he is. Oleksandr Usyk, in my opinion, in his prime, would beat a prime Muhammad Ali. I think Oleksandr Usyk will lose to someone, but the biggest person that he's going to lose to is himself. The biggest person that he's going to lose to is himself. And here's what I mean. Oleksandr Usyk is someone who wants to dominate and assert greatness. And this is what's allowed him to ultimately be as good as he is. He has become undisputed at cruiserweight. He then went on to become undisputed at heavyweight ×2. But the danger with people like Oleksandr Usyk is that they ultimately carry on too long. They're in their mind, they are always wanting to prove that they're the best. The problem with that is Father Time is undefeated. So for me, Usyk should have quit, or should have retired, should I say, after beating Tyson Fury the second time. But he wanted to prove himself again and beat Daniel Dubois, and he did. But if you go to the well too many times in life, eventually you will be found wanting. And Oleksandr Usyk is 38 years old. Oleksandr Usyk is, in my opinion, slowing down. He's still good enough to beat these guys, but he is slowing down, and that deterioration can accelerate with age. So I do think eventually that Oleksandr Usyk will lose, because I think he's the type of person to chase greatness, which he's achieved. But I also think people like that can fall into the trap of not knowing when to call it a day. And so these people, they keep wanting to prove their greatness, but eventually Father Time is undefeated. Father Time is undefeated. And so when you've got young, hungry fighters such as, Moses Itauma, or even Daniel Dubois, who he obviously defeated, or Richard Torres, or Jalilov, and then you got contenders, strong contenders, such as Filip Hrgovic, such as Efe Ajagba, such as Ajit Kabayel, such as Joseph Parker. And then you also add the fact that styles make fights. It means that if Oleksandr Usyk hangs around to fight everyone, he will lose to at least one person, either because he's deteriorated enough, or on the other hand, he finds a style that causes him issues, and he may have just about scraped it in his prime even. So fighters, I don't know, I'm thinking a fighter just top of my head who I think he might actually struggle with. People are going to laugh, Deontay Wilder. I think that the Southpaw versus Orthodox stylistic matchup, and the southpaw's kryptonite tends to be the right hand, and Deontay Wilder's money punches the right hand. So people might laugh, but I think that Deontay Wilder might have been a style that Oleksandr Usyk might have struggled with. Another person, just very quick top of the head, maybe Ajit Kabayel as well. So I think Oleksandr Usyk will lose, and I think it'll be a situation where people will be saying, well, he would have beat that guy in his prime, but he stayed around too long. I think that because of his mindset, that he always wants to continue and always wants to prove himself and always wants to face a new challenge. And I also think I'm combining that with the fact that Father Time is undefeated and these up-and-coming heavyweights are talented. Anyway, let me know what you think. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, leave a comment, hit the notification bell so you get a notification when I make a new video. If you appreciate my work and want to leave a donation, there's a link for that in the description. With that, enjoy the rest of your day, and I'll see you on the next one.